you can ask about it like if you'd like or whatever. But I'm gonna like right now. I'm also. Can you? Did you find the live stream that's popping up right now or not?
We should look now.
I just went live again. Is it popping up for you?
Uh, yeah,
It is. Is it working all right for you?
yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna start anyways because even if it's kind of skippy, if it gets really bad, you can let me know or whatever. But I'm also about to like you're about to see me pull it up. I'm about to click this button that starts recording. Okay.
All right.
So
So,
if at the end of this like you literally like missed out on a whole bunch of it or whatever, you're just gonna like hear like I'll Dropbox it to you as long as it'll fit in the Dropbox, which I'm sure it will. Okay.
okay, bro, you can also send this to Telegram, bro. Telegram is a great app to use, bro.
Okay, I've never heard of it, but I can
We,
pull it up and do that if it comes down to it. And Dropbox doesn't work.
yeah,
Why
bro.
not?
Bro, if you ever want to send file anything, music, I got file of any size, bro. No matter the size, bro.
Oh, really?
Telegram is good, yeah.
Dude, I might take you up on that at some point. I mean, and I'm not too. Yeah,
Call on there too, bro.
there'd be no issue because even if like,
Business on that, bro.
yeah. So can you see what I'm on right now?
Yeah, I see you on Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops. I see drum kick, medium, solo kicks, early vocals.
Oh, it doesn't have Splice.com up on the screen.
No.
Oh, damn. Why isn't it doing it? Oh, come on, dude. Okay, does it have me, a picture of me and like a whole bunch of screens on the screen right now or FL Studio?
Hold on, bro. What the fuck, bro? Oh no. See, you should. Hold on, bro. Yeah, yeah, bitch, mother speaker. Come on, bitch.
Ooh. Hey, hey.
So
Oh, I
you
see
got
what's
me.
going on now. Hello? Cool, cool, cool. Can you hear me?
Stupid ass guy. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Because it doesn't display capture. It should just pop up.
Yeah.
You still having an issue?
No, I'm good.
Can you see Splice.com on your screen when on the live?
No, I see a whole bunch of shit. Now I see Google. Yeah, I see Spice.
Cool, bro. Okay, so I don't know how it looks when you haven't already had an account, but all it is like I said, it's $13.99 a month for 300 credits. I think you can get even more after you've already like subscribed. Okay, if you wanted more sounds. But this is the site that I use, right? And all that I do is like you'll see in about 20 seconds, I click where it says sounds.
Uh, I'm trying to catch up with you on the video. It's behind so bad, bro. You good?
Whoa, dude, it's back like a couple minutes.
Yeah, you see?
That's not cool. Why is it so far behind, dude?
What the hell? It just ended.
It just ended for you?
Yeah.
Okay, there should be a new live that's current because that live is from another feed, bro.
Yeah. You better go home. Then I gotta go to your page. And then, oh man.
You're in?
Yeah, I see Spice.
You do? Okay, cool. Okay, so if you look, you see where it says sounds on my splice on the screen?
Yeah,
Okay,
actually,
so if you look, you see where it says sounds on my splice on the screen? Brandon,
yeah, I mean, yeah,
hey, I'm about to mute my end of things and just like walk you through it, like almost like I'm talking to you and you won't be able to talk back with me, okay?
alright,
And it shouldn't take more than about 30 minutes to like 45 minutes for the whole thing. Um, I'll literally build a beat with you. Like you'll sit and watch how I build a beat.
yeah, okay, so, yeah,
It shouldn't take more than about 30 minutes to like 45 minutes for the whole thing. Sound good?
I'm trying to watch you do it, but the video is a little bit behind, so yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna be back with you soon.
Alright,
All right, yeah.
I'm trying to watch you.
So anyway, you got sounds right here, and I click on this, right, and just based on whatever like sound I'm going for. If I want an R&B or I want a rap or whatever. So anyway, you got sounds right here. I literally just go in and click on genres right here, and I pick what I want to make. It's like literally that simple. R&B, trap, hip hop. Those are normally the ones that I use. If you wanted to make like an Afro beat, you'd go to like African. If you wanted to make a rock beat, you'd go to rock, right? And the cool thing about this is, like right now, I will make. I'll go find something that's a trap or a hip hop beat. Um, so now I go in here and I just kind of listen. Like, if you like that sound, you just kind of pick it, you know, whatever rides with you or whatever. But I don't stop there. What I do is I go and I click on the little picture of it and go in and I go and click on get pack. I want to get the whole pack as long as it has sounds that I like, so I don't have to do as much sifting and sorting. Okay, I need some space right now. I gotta finish doing this and then I'll be with you. But that's it. I get a whole pack because I don't want to be sorting through things. That cuts down time and it makes your creative energy get wasted time and time again. So now we're just going to fast track real quick to the program that I'm using so you can see what's going on. This right here, that it has a picture of me and it has a picture of whatever's on my screen is called OBS. It's free. Type in OBS on Google, free download, and you will find this. Download it. Since this video is just for you, Brandon, I'm going to walk you through the things that you need to do if you're interested in getting it so that you get it all connected and know how it works, right? And this will make it to where you can go live on your YouTube and show other people how to make beats. Or when you're in the studio, you just want to, you know, get some people on there and have a little listening party or whatever, dude. Like, it's perfect. They can see you. They can see you make the beat. It's what you've been looking for, right? So now I'm going to just walk through, like, what it is that I do after having Splice and getting a pack, what it is I do to make a beat. Obviously, you have Logic, I have FL Studios, but in mine, it pops up over here. I go in my pack, and I just start opening it up, and I go through here, and I find what sound it is that I want to use. And that's the one that I want to go with right now. Hey, can you hear me, Brandon? Okay, I just showed like the sound I was going to use. You like that sound all right? Okay, I'm about to pull it in and just show you what I do next. I'm going to go back on mute. I pull it in as an actual sample. So, after I pull it in as an actual sample, right here, it shows you the beat per measure. All you got to do after that in whatever program you are where it says your beat per measures, you make it measure up to that exact thing. So right here, I just put 100. That makes sure that everything's lined up from here to there in the proper way. I set and I put the pattern right underneath the sound that I'm working on, and then I just go to my drums usually first. That's my approach. Sometimes I go and I make keyboards first or whatever leads to go behind it. A keyboard, a guitar, anything that you feel like could go in it, like a brass or a trombone, whatever, doesn't matter. Whatever you hear, you get to just throw in next. This right here is my drum pack. Like I said before, when I go on Splice, I get a pack. I find a pack that has a lot of sounds in it that I like because it saves me time in the long run, which means also it eventually saves you time in the short run. That's like the number one key to this process that makes it to where you can churn out beats quickly. They can sound really, really good, and you can put your own spin on them. So see, I go in here and I've got drums. I can go and I've got all hi-hats, kicks. I've got a whole bunch of them. That's all the snares that I've got. Then I kind of just test it, right? I like that one. B minor. This is the key to my success in like making a beat that sounds on key every single time. There is no reason anymore that you have to make your first sounds by yourself, because it literally is a waste of time, and anybody who isn't doing that and is doing what I'm showing you by using a loop and building from there is ahead of you on time. They can open up more time to market their business, and they're going to do it because it's legal to do it. They can make from the loop, they can cut down their time in less than half, especially once they get good at knowing this. This is a piece of paper that has, just like when I show you right here, the beat per measure, right next to it, it says BM. That stands for B minor. This is all the notes in the key of B minor. So when I go in here, this is like a little thing that you're going to figure out that's going to be huge. Use the piano roll when you make a beat, okay? You don't have to do it for every single sound. Like, obviously, I pulled the loop in as a sample. But when you're making the sounds, the drums and everything that go with it, you can make it sound more dynamic and like the beats that you're hearing that artists are using by doing this. And whatever this is, like this is B minor, the key that we're in, right? Like I showed you that it's B minor right there. It is literally going to, that's going to be the note that you usually use first. As you change from B up to any of these other sounds, you just want to make sure that you're using the notes that are from that key. You have them on a piece of paper, or you can type them into Google. All you do is type in notes in the key of B minor, and it will pop up, and you can use that while you make the beat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start with B, because normally that's going to be the sound that goes best with the loop that you chose. Then it's just finding where it goes good. So I built my first part, and I'm going to, doesn't matter if this ends up being how it is, I'm going to build the rest of the sound off of that, because I found something that went well with the sound I'm looking for. All right. So I like to start with snares and 808s. That's just me. 9 times out of 10, that's how I build it. Now, for some beat makers, this may be kind of like, oh, this is so repetitive, right? Like, that's not fun. Well, I guess the question really is, do you want to make beats and get that beat churned out kind of quick and also, like, make something you can be proud of? Or do you want to be so caught in the creativity of it that you never get the time to get it out there to people? Something that you can do. It doesn't matter if you're a rapper or you're a producer. I'm both. But you don't have to be a rapper to do this. Literally just kind of like think up some words, even if they're not the best, and like take it and listen to it and like rap a little bit like, they didn't know that I was getting money under them. I don't run or hear their opinions. I'm about to take off, call it plain shit, cause I be with money every fucking day, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Something to see. Can a rapper rap to this? You know, so that's what I do. Sorry, I was listening to it through the phone. But like I sit there, can a rapper rap to this? Sometimes people make beats so intricate because they're tunnel vision. They're in the beat trying to make it the best beat from a producer's aspect. This, you know, getting out of your mind of being so creative helps you realize that that rapper has to be able to use this beat to rap on, or else they're not going to spend money on it, you know? So we've got, you know, the main sounds. We've got 3 sounds on there already, and the rest of it is just throwing in little extra things. So I'm going to throw in this last little sound, and then I might make a lead. that's how I want it, the timing. The best part about sitting here and using this piano roll is when your timing's off, you don't have to sit there, go in and be on the timeline right here and go and adjust the sample so much. You're right here in the piano roll and it's got little lines. You just move it a little bit and it's right where you need it to be. Now I'm going to put a lead in and we're going to call it quits, and I'm going to just kind of do like the end. The point is that we've been going about, this has been about 20 minutes and we have a fairly well put together one pattern of what we'll build the beat off of. That this may be, this may be the beginning of a verse. This may be the chorus with the sounds we've got. But when I put that lead in, I can add something into either as an extra layer for the chorus, or I can add it into the extra layer for the second part of a verse, right? Like I could go first with what's here and have it have like a lead come in at the end to make it pick up in that verse, because rappers love that. They love coming in kind of like quiet and people hearing what they say right off the get-go, and then they like it to break down like as they keep going when they're going to say their big punchlines, their big metaphors, the things that you want them to hear when they hear your beat. You want them to have words pop into their head because of how they feel in here. Boom. Boom. And I'm going to make it real simple as I go and make this all go together. Right now isn't the time. That's not right though, because remember we used when we went in there and we did like offset sounds, right? So what I want to do now is I want to go in and I want to offset these. Now I'm just pulling everything into its own different pattern. I mean, we've been on here about, I think 25 or 30 minutes now. I'm not going to stop and look and waste more time, but boom. I do this on purpose where if you notice, if I go back to pattern 1 up here, I have everything on here and I can, boom, get rid of that. I can come in and I can start laying the parts that I want to make a sound out of. I'm a big fan of what a lot of people may think. It's the same thing almost every time, right? But there is definitely like a criteria for like what a hit is or what builds up somebody to feel like when they get on that track that they're in the right place. Then I just start piecing my beat together after I feel like this is the perfect time, right? You've not hit a brick wall, but you've you've been like, okay, I've got some sounds, and not only do I have some sounds, but right now I'm kind of drawing a blank of what the next sound is. Well, that's when it makes sense to go in and do the timeline for the beat that you want to make. You see what I'm doing right now? I just literally pulled the whole beat over, and I have, if nothing else, I have the beginning of a beat. It may not be a song. You do want to try to make some beats that sound like songs. You want to make some beats that sound like just beats, because there's different things that make a rap album or a hip hop album dynamic. You know what I mean? Or even R&B albums nowadays, because everything's kind of been thrown and conglomerated together. But you know, you give it a quick little listen, real quick. Yeah. But I don't understand this shit. I'm a shooting star. It take a little while to use yourself as a slug. That's around the time you lose your mind to your thoughts and all your feelings that's been going on. This life can be a bitch, just make sure she come. And that's really all that I wanted to show you for right now. By using those things, splice, right? Going and getting a full pack of drums that are your favorite drums. I recommend. I don't care if you use the same drum pack as me at all. This one is slamming, okay? The kicks are loud. You can turn them down if you need to, and they're very present. They fill up a whole area. In the actual tutorial that you'll be offered at the end of these videos, there's going to be, like, I'm going to show you how to make sounds into the sound that you want using one plugin out of your DAW or your digital audio workstation that you have, no matter which one it is. It's called an equalizer. If you know how to turn the highs and the lows down in a certain way, you can turn a sound into exactly what you need, and you can make it to where the beat sounds very good, usable for an artist, and it doesn't take too much more. But yeah, I just wanted to give you like that. The splice thing's huge. Having a pack of drums, right, that you can go through and just always pick out what kicks or what snares you want, and you know, and that has 808s in it is huge. Okay, and then also, like I've said, like after I have a couple good drum packs, like even just one good drum pack, I want to have, like right here, this has drum hits in it. It may not be my favorite drum hits, but it has music loops in it, and I can go in and I can listen and say, do I feel like this right now would be a beat that I can really get down on, that I could hear, like I could hear a rapper rapping on or whatever, and I can go from there. Or I can hear somebody singing on, and then I go from there. Besides that OBS that's free, you should go grab it if you're a producer and you want to start showing people this process or your own process that you feel like has an added benefit. My process, I believe, has an added benefit that I already knew how to make beats from scratch all by myself. Like, I've made a couple different beats that are at the same quality level or even better than some of the ones that I make with loops. But I have also made beats with loops, the best of them, because I've gotten so good at knowing how to take a sound and turn it into the sound, like what I want to add to it. It's called voice leading in composition. It's just all about where you put the things. If you noticed, remember the one thing when you try to do this on your own, if you feel like the beat sounds like it's two things, either too predictable or not predictable enough. You just kind of move those things around a little bit. Sometimes you move them to fit perfectly, like halfway through when you're like on this MIDI thing or whatever. Right? You just come in here and like these are right on a line, right? But if I wanted, they're not on a line. But if I wanted, I could just like, okay, well, if that's the truth, I still am in a place where it's like two off of halfway here. I can go here and I can see, like, that sounds good too. And it made the beat sound totally different. Watch this. We'll undo it and see how it sounds. A little early, it gives it a little bit of a different feel. Gives it a little bit of a different feel, and that's what you're going to want to experiment with. After you can do that all day while you build beats, and you've already spent this much time though if you built your leads and different things like that from scratch. That's my whole point. So I don't just use leads when I do this. I also use, like, I used a bongo the other day and the beat turned out cold. Like, it's one of my favorite beats I've ever made, actually. And I just want to give people the power of using a sample, a loop, the power of having a full pack over here with leads in it or different loops that you can use and build from. And then also having, at least to start with, one really good, what you feel like your beats are slamming when you put these drums in there and 808s. You can come in and you can just pick one and make it sound the way that you already envisioned, right? Excuse me. So I think that concludes our video, but thanks for tuning in. Hey, make sure that you get the next the training that I'm going to be selling, because it's going to be $100. It's going to be something affordable, and it's going to be worth your dollars, because you're not going to spend time anymore having to go have hundreds of different sounds off in the side, because that is what's costing you time. Not having the packs and just having individual samples and having like 1,000 files to open is wasting your time. It's taking away time you can create music, okay? Like, that's pretty much it. Having to go through, at the beginning, different virtual instruments to make one sound that you still have to put either one or two more sounds with to make it the same as what the loop that you'd be going to grab off of Splice.com is zapping your time. It's taking away time that the other people aren't waiting on. They don't care about being original. And you know what? That's fine. And even that, moreover, I feel like I've gained more originality by doing this, because I'm a step ahead, and I know things like what I told you about just sitting and playing with it. I have more time to play with the individual sounds that I put in after the loop. So I hope that this has gained you some benefit. Hey, go ahead and make sure that you click that like button, that subscribe button, if you believe that I've delivered value to you right now. And don't hesitate. Right now is the time to grab that the training tutorial that I'm trying to like get you to get, because like this is going to cut down time immediately. And even just watching this free video, if you can't buy it right now and buying it later, is going to be huge for you. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll catch you later. This was Superficial Nonsense.